you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Have you ever been interviewed before?
Not for voice acting, no.
Okay, cool. So why don't you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Mark Toole Jr. I am primarily a music therapist. I have been doing mostly music for the last 18 years, ever since I graduated from high school. I have a vocal performance degree and a master's in music therapy. I am a new father. I enjoy all sorts of different kinds of video games. I like to stream on Twitch. I make YouTube videos. I have a wide variety of hobbies, including different sports and, yeah, just a lot of different things that I get involved in.
Cool.
I'm
So what inspired you to start like voice acting? Was that YouTube or
So to start voice acting, something I've been interested in
Mhm.
for the last few years, but haven't really found a great opportunity to jump in. I started doing the voice mastery with Crispin Freeman as a voice acting class. And one of the things that inspired me was an interview that talked about doing more opportunities, to seek out more opportunities and take every opportunity you can to get your voice out there.
Mhm.
And so recently, I've just been trying to get myself more chances to be in the market. There's a lot of different things that brought it together. Acting is something I've always enjoyed. I've been a
Mhm.
stage actor before. That's part of my voice background is doing musical theater. I started watching Critical Role back about 3 years ago, which is a Twitch where they have voice actors that play Dungeons and Dragons together.
Mhm.
And seeing them and listening to them is really something that was like, I would really enjoy doing something like what they did, and started
Yeah.
listening to their voices in different things. Matt Mercer is in a lot of the video games that I play, and so is Laura
Mhm.
Bailey. So I enjoy those two, and that was another part of my inspiration.
So like was this your first voice acting job or did you have another one before this?
This is my first voice acting job. Yes.
That's all, were you like really excited about it or were you not expecting it?
I was very excited about it. Honestly, I was a little nervous. I was unsure if it was even real at first because I was like, oh, I got the part, but is it really going to happen? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I felt that way too, and I always do it at the beginning of a project. Like, is this too good to be true? But it's always awesome when it actually, follows through. Was there like an obstacle in your career that almost made you want to give up on becoming a voice actor or made you doubt yourself?
Since voice acting isn't my primary occupation at the moment, I'm not sure if I can say that there's any obstacles at the moment that I can think of that kept me from doing it, other than I think just trying to find the opportunities is very challenging. Looking
Right.
for parts and looking for parts that fit. And at first, to having the right equipment to be able to do recordings without having a lot of
Hmm.
feedback or having it come through as a nice, clear tone. So I'm not having to send in a bunch of clipped audio.
Yeah, like I've asked all of the voice actors that same question. They all say the equipment is like one of the biggest obstacles they've had to overcome.
Yeah, you have to have a ground floor of some equipment that is gonna be able to give you the sound that you're looking for. I actually was started with a not with a digital mic, but with a analog mic that I ran through
Hmm.
a digital compressor into my computer, and that's how I started. Just recently, I upgraded to a digital mic so that I'm not having to edit out any static coming through the filter.
I was gonna ask you if there's anybody who inspires you, but you already listed a couple people like Laura Bailey. But is there anybody else that got you into it?
Well, also Matt Mercer, but Crispin Freeman as well. I started listening to his podcast when I first started getting interested in voice acting. Just listening to him and how he talked about how to get started was really, really helpful. And there's not a ton of roles that I'm like, oh man, that was an inspirational part. But his teaching, and he's got an excellent voice. It's just
Mhm.
really clean. He's got that great like announcer type voice. You would listen to him on the radio, and I feel like he could do like a welcome to so and so in the morning. He's got that
Right.
great like announcer type voice.
Do you have a favorite video game?
My current favorite video game that I play the most is Hearthstone. And
That's
if you're talking
cool.
about a game that has a myriad of voice actors and fun things, every card has multiple audio clips that you
Hmm.
play whenever you play them. And there's so many funny voice interactions that happen in the game.
Yeah.
Of course, Matt Mercer and Laura Bailey are in that as well.
Yeah, I've only ever played like Elder Scrolls Legends, which I know is is inspired by Hearthstone. Yeah, I've never been into cards, but I have heard that there's some cool voice acting in them. So how about we move on to where the stars brought us?
Okay.
How did you find out about it?
I found an ad on Facebook that was searching, and since I am also in Noonan, which I
Hmm.
think that's where Demetrius is from, I
Yeah.
think that's how it got me connected to him. So it showed up on my feed, and I sent in a resume and sent in the audition, and
Hmm.
that's how I got connected. Again, that was one of those things I was like, is this really something? Because this guy's like local to me.
Was Ty the only one you auditioned for?
Yeah, Ty is the only part that I auditioned for. I think it was the
Hmm.
only one that was available at the time. But reading it, it definitely was fun. It pushed me out of my boundaries a little bit, but my wife can attest because she heard me in the background. She was like, "It's so weird to hear you say those things."
Yeah, he has a very specific personality. Would you say he's your favorite character, or do you have a different favorite character?
I mean, Rio is just really interesting, and
Hmm.
the actor who did him did an excellent job. I
Yeah,
think
he did.
him and Baba Takeshi are both really fun characters. Ty, he's fun. He is definitely. I can identify with Ty, but I really enjoyed. I think Baba Takeshi and Rio their interactions.
Did you read the whole script, or did you just read your parts?
I read the whole script except for just bits of chapter 2, but I
Okay.
paid attention and read all of it because I
Yeah,
really enjoyed the story.
I was gonna ask you what your favorite moment was. It doesn't have to be with Ty, but it also could be with Ty.
I think I'll say that Ty's favorite moment, I think, is when it talked about his dad and he starts, the revelation when he's speaking with Rio in the hospital that
Hmm.
Rio is related to Ty's girlfriend. And they're kind of like, Ty's like, I'm not fake. I know I might seem fake to you, but
Hmm.
I am not a fake person. I have feelings and I care for this person. I think my overall favorite moment is, I can't remember his name. I just think I like funny. I like funny
Hmm.
moments. They really
Hmm.
stand out and make things personal. The interaction between Rio and the doctor
Oh
who
yeah.
sends him into the dream world. I think
Hmm.
that's hilarious.
Endo Kazuki is his name.
Yeah, Endo. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What was like the most difficult scene for you to act? Either like maybe it was too emotional or something like that.
I would say the most difficult part for Ty for me, honestly, was swearing. I don't
Really?
swear personally. Putting those words out there
Hmm.
was it was a step in a direction that I don't typically take.
Right.
I'm not the kind of person that goes around and just corrects everyone for what they say. It's
Right.
just my own personal choice.
He
Eh,
used a lot of slang and bad words and whatnot, so I'm sure that was
yeah.
difficult.
So that was fun. That was fun, but also challenging.
And you said that you kind of connected with Ty. Like, in what way?
The way that I connected the best with Ty was his connection with his girlfriend
Hmm.
and the protection that he had for her and like trying to make up for the mistakes that he makes. I
Right.
totally identify with that. Like anytime is like let me let you in on a secret. Sometimes you have to get a gift to fix your problems
Right.
cuz sometimes you mess
Exactly.
things up. So
Okay.
I can identify with that.
Okay. Was there like a moment that resonated with you, either with Ty or without him?
Throughout the entire story or just Ty?
Throughout the whole story, it can be with anybody.
I liked the drive of Baba Takeshi to go
Hmm.
and save. I can't remember Kenzo.
Oh, his
I think
daughter,
it's
you
his
mean?
wife or his daughter.
His daughter, yeah.
Yeah, his daughter.
Koyama is her
That
name.
yeah, and he was trying so hard to
Hmm.
search her out. That was something that kind of slowly got revealed throughout the story. and the desire to find her, even though everyone told him that she was gone.
Mm.
I kind of resonate with that as well.
Was there a moment that shocked you, or like either pleasantly or not pleasantly?
Hmm. There was a kind of a big cliffhanger between I want to say chapter 6 and 7. The interaction between Rio and the I don't have all the parts names memorized, but
Mm.
because it's been a little while since I've read
Yeah.
through it. But the dream creature lady,
Oh, Queen
Miso,
Misa.
Misa, yeah, between Queen Misa and Rio, and like the moment when Misa realized that she didn't have control over Rio when he was lucid dreaming, fun moment, and
Hmm.
catches you off guard.
So, if you could change like one plot point in the whole story, which one would you pick?
If I could change a plot point, well, of course, I would just make Ty stick around longer. I want Ty to be, he had to leave, and once he and his girlfriend kind of faded out in chapter 5,
Hmm.
I would have loved to see him still be around. But
Right. Okay.
I understand that that wasn't his place. Of course,
Right.
being Ty, I wanted to be more involved.
Well, I'm glad you liked him, and it's
Hmm.
important to me that my characters are actually likable.
Hmm.
But do you have a least favorite character?
I'm trying to remember how I felt about Ryo's parents. I can't think that they were anything wrong. Honestly, there was moments where I didn't like Ryo either. Yeah, I think when he was the way he interacted with his sister, I know
Hmm.
that there was times where Rio was he kind of blamed his sister for a lot of the decisions that she made. And I think it's because I was, playing Ty that I
Right.
saw that I was like, he is overstepping his ability to, like, he was making his self more important to his sister than his sister's choices. And so I think that, and I know they had a really close connection, and that kind of closes out. But I like how, in as the story progresses, the sister does say, "I'm moving on. That's it. I love
Right.
you and I care for you, but I'm going with Ty, and that's just the way it's going to be." And I really liked how that worked out, and I think that Rio did finally come to that conclusion as well. But there was points where I was like, "Come on, man, give her a break."
Yeah, I guess he is pretty codependent, isn't he? And it's funny that you mentioned him and Nam, because like everybody that I've interviewed so far has talked about their relationship and how complicated it is, and but that's kind of how it is with siblings, like it's you want them around, but also you have to let them go, when they're ready,
Hmm.
let them live their own lives. But I think you played a great Ty, and I'm really glad that you were able to be a part of it.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean, I think you fit him perfectly, and I honestly would have never guessed that you don't like cussing or anything like that because you do it just fine.
Maybe it's because I keep it all in my head, so I'm always
Yeah,
practicing inside.
yeah, you can just like fine let it all out in this character.
Yeah, there's that's one of those things for sure that there was a little bit of what's the word? Maybe like there's a little bit of taboo that makes it
Hmm.
kind of fun to do, where it's like I wouldn't normally say this, so I'm
Right,
doing it, and it's kind of
right.
fun to do. You got to
Yeah, I'm
get
I'm
that
getting paid
element of
to say these
danger.
bad words.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That makes it okay.
Yeah, and I think that's the part that my wife was like, "That's really weird to hear those words coming from the other room."
Right. Well, I'm really glad that you could be a part of it. And do you have any other career aspirations? Like, do you want to be a voice actor for like bigger games or for cartoons or?
Oh, that would be so neat. I went ahead
Mm-hmm.
and, Demetrius put up some more auditions, so I auditioned for
Mm-hmm.
the next game that y'all are putting out, and I hope to be able to get a part in that because I think it would be a lot of fun. I auditioned for the father because I thought that was a really fun. Well, not fun as much as I think it would be a different look than Ty. So I was wanting to see what it would be like to play a little bit more serious, a little bit more. Sorry about my dogs.
No, it's fine.
Uh, a little bit more fun character, or not fun, a little bit more serious. I think that Ty fits well with my personality, so it was a little
Mm-hmm.
bit easier to play.
Is this for the other visual novel, Natsu no Yoru?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
okay. Yeah, I don't have any part in that one, but I know it's been working on for a while now, so I do hope you get it.
Yeah, that would be fun. I
Yeah.
would love to be able to be involved in more for sure.
Mhm.
My career mostly is focused on my music therapy work. So
Mhm.
I work the majority of my time with clients throughout the day. And being able to move and transition into voice acting would be a lot of fun. I think it would be one of those things that it's going to take me some time to be able to really get established into it because I
Right.
can't focus quite as much. Still got to
Yeah.
pay my bills.
Right. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
But the more
um
the more I can do it, the more I could transition there. I still do my own creative projects. So
mhm.
my YouTube channel that I do has a lot of voice parts in it. So
Oh,
I
okay.
edit stories that I've done from my Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
Oh, cool.
Obviously, you could see I was inspired a little bit by the Critical Role, but I take the stories that have come together from the game that I dungeon master and put them into stories on YouTube and put them out there. And I have my players voice act their characters.
So what is your YouTube channel called?
It's just Toolemac,
Okay.
TOOLEMACC.
Is there anything else that you would like to plug or someone that you'd like to thank?
I thank the company for giving me a chance to be able to participate, and I'd be happy to plug my Twitch channel as well. I
Mhm.
do hearts. I play a lot of Hearthstone and several other games. I run my D&D games from there as well, and
Okay.
that's also Toolmac on twitch.tv/Toolmac.
Well, awesome. Thank you for your time today.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad I
Yeah,
could come by.
yeah, it was good to talk to you.